My beloved child, I need you to stop right now and listen carefully to every word I say, because something very important is happening. Someone, a soul that once touched your life, even if only for a moment, is in trouble. You may not realize it, you may not feel the weight of what's unfolding, but I see it all clearly. I see the bigger picture, every piece of your life and the lives of those around you. And I need you to give me a moment so I can show you what is about to happen. My child, there are invisible ripples from your actions. Things you don't even realize have brought change to the lives of others. Sometimes a careless word, a small action, or even your silence can profoundly affect someone. And now, someone has been caught in that ripple. They had no idea this would happen, and it's not their fault. But the unseen connection between souls has placed them in a dangerous situation, not because they were wrong, but because certain actions, choices in your life, have created consequences beyond your control. Listen carefully, my beloved, for time is running short. I must tell you this truth, not to place blame, but to open your eyes to the reality unfolding. This person trusted you when perhaps they should have been more cautious. They opened their heart, stepped toward you with hope, with faith, when perhaps they should have kept their distance. They spoke words they should have kept inside, placed their trust where it was uncertain, and now they are facing unexpected consequences. You might ask, why me? Why are you telling me this? Because you have a role in this story, and I know your heart. I know you never intended to hurt anyone, and I also know that when you understand, you will act. You are the one I've chosen to bring change in this situation, to correct what has gone off course, to be the light in a dark place you didn't even realize you had touched. Oh, my beloved, sometimes I don't let you see the full consequences of your actions right away, not because I want to hide something, but because I know that when you are ready, you will know what to do. And now is that time. I am calling you to look deep into your heart, to reflect on relationships, conversations, and situations you've been through. Perhaps someone walked away from you in silence, carrying pain they couldn't voice. Perhaps someone is still there, waiting for an explanation, a healing touch from you. But this is not the time for you to blame yourself, not the time to drown in guilt or regret. I am not calling you to make you feel heavy, but to give you the opportunity to become an instrument of healing. I know that deep down, you long to do what is right, and I am here, guiding you step by step to mend what has been broken. My child, come to me in silence. Listen for my voice in every beat of your heart. Let me show you who needs you, who is waiting for a word and action from you. My beloved, I know this is not easy. Sometimes facing the truth is the hardest thing, but I am here to walk with you. I will never let you walk this path alone. When you feel afraid, remember that I am your strength. When you don't know what to say, I will put words on your lips. And when you feel incapable of making things right, I will remind you that it is I who do the work through you. Oh, my beloved, remember that every action you take matters, and it's never too late to begin again. I am the God of restoration, of new beginnings, and I am inviting you to be a part of that work. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a willing heart, willing to listen, willing to change, and willing to love once more. Do you know, my child? Through all of this, I am not only working in the life of the other person, but I am also working in your life. I am using this situation to teach you about compassion, forgiveness, and the power of humility. As you step forward to make amends, you will not only see the other person healed, but you yourself will be set free. You will feel the relief of knowing you have done the right thing, and I will fill your heart with a peace that the world cannot give. My beloved child, I know your heart never desires to hurt anyone. I understand that you do not intend to put anyone in danger, nor do you ever mean to cause others to stumble or fail. I see deep into your heart. I see clearly your efforts to live uprightly and love those around you. But, my child, in this life, there are things beyond your control. Unforeseen consequences from choices, words, or even actions you are unaware of. It's not because you wished harm upon them, but because when decisions are made, when doors open, when words are spoken, every action carries a ripple effect that touches the world around you. You cannot see the whole picture, but I can. I see from beginning to end. I see every small detail that you do not notice. And now, those consequences are laid bare before me. You may think everything is just ordinary interactions, fleeting moments. But remember that every word, every action holds power. They can build up or tear down, heal or wound. And sometimes, even when you have no ill intentions, the ripples your actions create can reach others more deeply than you realize. You do not see the trap set before them, but the enemy sees it clearly. The enemy of souls, always lurking to destroy peace and the connections between people, is constantly waiting for the slightest opening. It doesn't need you to intentionally hurt anyone. It only needs a moment of carelessness, a brief instant where you don't realize the weight of your words or the impact of your actions. And when that happens, it seizes the opportunity to sow division and pain. You didn't recognize the moment their foot crossed the line, when they stepped into dangerous ground. But I saw it. I witnessed that moment when they, in trust or unawareness, stepped into a place they should not have gone. And now, they stand where darkness gathers, where unseen forces are lurking, where the enemy is waiting to strike. My beloved child, this is not the time for you to be afraid, nor is it the time for you to imprison yourself in regret or self-blame. I do not tell you this to burden your heart, but to open your eyes to the truth, so you can see your role and responsibility in this story. You have the power to choose, and you have the strength to change the course of this situation. My beloved child, I know your heart is filled with questions and confusion. You may be thinking, I didn't do anything wrong. And I understand that. I see your sincere heart. I know you never intended to harm anyone. But my child, open your heart and listen to me, for there are deeper things you have yet to realize. Your words, your actions, and the choices you make, they are not mere fleeting things. In this visible world, they may seem like ordinary deeds, but in the spiritual realm, every word, every action carries immense weight. Each step you take is like a stone cast into still waters, creating ripples that spread far and wide. And my child, those ripples do not fade away. They continue to move, touching other souls in ways your eyes cannot see and your mind has never imagined. This is why I am speaking to you now. There is someone, a soul who has crossed paths with your life, who is in danger. They may not realize it, and perhaps you do not fully know either, but I see all things clearly. You must not ignore this warning. You could be the only bridge, the final light leading them out of the darkness. I do not place this burden upon you to condemn you, but because I know you have the strength to change this course. You are the only one who can make this right. My child, life is not always as clear-cut as black and white. Sometimes, our seemingly harmless actions can lead to unforeseen consequences. Perhaps you have spoken a word that unintentionally hurt someone without you even knowing. Perhaps you chose a path without realizing that your steps have impacted someone else's journey. You do not need to carry guilt, but you must be aware that every action holds its own value and power. I am calling you to step into a new level of maturity, where you not only see what is before your eyes, but also sense what is happening in the spiritual realm. Spiritual sensitivity is not easily attained, but I know you are strong and wise enough to embrace this responsibility. When you become aware of the weight of your words and actions, you will begin to live with a deeper purpose, with a heart more open to love and compassion. My beloved, do not let fear or regret hinder you from acting. I do not remind you to burden your heart, but to give you the opportunity to become an instrument of healing. You may not control the past, but you can change the present and the future. I trust you, because I know there is a longing within your heart to do what is right. I need you to act, my beloved child. I need you to take time to reflect, to revisit the relationships in your life. Is there someone who needs you to return? Is there someone waiting for an apology, an acknowledgement? Or perhaps it's just a word of encouragement, a compassionate glance, to remind them that they are not alone in this battle. You are not alone. I am here to guide you, to show you what to do and how to do it. Do not think you have to carry everything by yourself. I am your strength, the light that illuminates your path. When you do not know where to begin, return to me. Let me make all things clear, and I will place the necessary words upon your lips, guiding every step you take. My child, sometimes a small word is enough to stop an approaching storm. Sometimes a simple act can save someone from the edge of the abyss. Do not underestimate the power of love and compassion. They may be the key to unlocking healing not just for the other person, but for you as well. I do not blame you, nor do I hold you responsible, because I know who you are. I know your heart longs to do what is right, and I also know that you are willing to change when you realize you have unintentionally caused harm. This is what makes me love you even more deeply. I do not need you to be perfect. I only need you to be willing. Remember that every challenge is an opportunity for you to grow, to learn precious lessons about love, compassion, and forgiveness. As you face these consequences, you will not only see others healed, but you will also find liberation within your own heart. I will be there to uphold you, to encourage you, and to grant you the strength you need to overcome. My beloved child, my words today are not to frighten you, but to awaken you to a serious reality. The enemy has found a way in, a path that you, whether knowingly or unknowingly, have left open. You may not realize this immediately, for danger does not always come with the roar of a storm. Sometimes it slips in quietly, like a gentle breeze, seeping through the smallest cracks unnoticed. Even though you did not intend to open that door, it has been enough for the enemy to step inside. It does not need a formal invitation, just a moment of distraction, an unintentional action, or a word spoken without careful thought. And now you must act. This is not the time for hesitation or doubt. You must seek me in prayer, not as a mere routine, but with all the sincerity and urgency of your heart. You must cry out to me for mercy, not only for yourself, but also for that person, the one who is in danger, perhaps without even realizing it. You must plead for my intervention before things go too far, before the consequences become irreversible. There is still time, but my child, the opportunity is fragile. You cannot delay. You cannot wait for a better moment, because the enemy does not wait. The person I speak of, the one in danger, may still be living their life as usual. They may not sense what is happening, unaware that just one more step could lead them into a peril they never anticipated. They might think everything is fine, that life is going on as normal. But in the unseen realm, the enemy has laid its hand on this situation. It is twisting the truth, distorting reality, and waiting for the appointed time to strike. My beloved, I do not say these things to burden your heart, but to help you understand the significance of the role you hold. I am calling you right now to stand in the gap. You are the one I have chosen to be the wall of protection, the one who will stand between danger and deliverance. You are the bridge, and I am placing my trust in you to lift up prayers, to intercede spiritually, and to bring light into the place where darkness reigns. My beloved child, this is the time for you to fight, not with the strength of your hands, but with the power of prayer and faith. When you kneel before me, you are standing against all the forces of darkness. When you call out to me, you are activating spiritual power that the enemy cannot withstand. You are not alone in this battle, for I am with you, and my power is greater than any attack from the enemy. My child, prayer is not the last resort when there is nothing else to do. It is the most powerful weapon you have. Your prayers have the power to change situations, to thwart the plans of the enemy, and to rescue souls teetering on the edge of danger. You may not see everything, but I do, and when you pray, you are partnering with me in bringing salvation and restoration. You may think that you are not strong enough, not worthy enough, but remember this: I did not choose you because you are perfect. I chose you because you are willing. When you step into the gap, when you decide not to ignore my warning, you are allowing me to work through you in ways you have never imagined. My beloved, find a quiet place where you can meet me intimately. Open your heart and tell me everything you feel. There is no need to hide or cover anything. I know every thought before it escapes your lips, but I want to hear you share. I want you to feel my presence, to know that I am not only the one who listens, but also the one who acts. Ask me for mercy, for timely intervention in the situation at hand. Call upon me for protection, for my light to shine into the darkness, for the truth to be revealed, and for the enemy's plans to be destroyed. Ask me for wisdom, so you will know what to do, what to say, and how to act, to bring that person back to safety. My child, in every moment you pray, I am at work. Even when you don't see immediate change, know that every prayer of yours is recorded, and I am moving behind the scenes. Do not be discouraged when the results don't come right away, because I work according to my perfect timing, and I will never fail to protect those who belong to me. My beloved, this battle is not only for rescuing the other person, but also for transforming you. Through each prayer, you will see your soul renewed, your faith strengthened, and your relationship with me deepened like never before. I am using this situation not just to save others, but to draw you closer to me. Oh, my beloved child, I know your heart is wavering, your thoughts swirling within your mind. Perhaps you are telling yourself, I will pray later when my mind is calmer. Or maybe you're thinking, this isn't my fault. Why should I intervene? But my child, I earnestly ask you not to let these thoughts hold you back. Do not delay. Do not avoid, because every moment matters greatly. Time is a precious gift, and each passing second carries its own weight. The enemy does not wait. It moves quickly, silently, and subtly. But I, the Creator of heaven and earth, act with infinite power. If you listen to me right now, if you set aside all hesitation and open your heart to me, I will act on your behalf. I will intervene. I will cover that person with the armor of protection, and I will dismantle every dark scheme the enemy has devised. Do not let delay become an accomplice to darkness. Do not let the reasons you offer become barriers that prevent me from acting. You may think that you are not involved, that this responsibility is not yours, but, my child, in my plan, nothing is accidental. Every encounter, every relationship, every word you have spoken, all hold meaning. I placed you in that person's life not to merely pass by, but to be a light in this crucial moment. Understand that your prayers are never in vain. When you speak to me, you are unlocking a powerful flow from heaven to earth. Every word you utter, every cry you make echoes in the spiritual realm, and I listen to every sigh, every silent tear that falls. I never overlook a single prayer, and when you seek me with all your heart, I will answer you with my most powerful presence. Remember the times I have acted in your life, those moments when you thought there was no way out, but I made a way where there was none. I sheltered you in the storm, upheld you when you were weak, and carried you through your darkest days. I did that for you, and now I want to do it through you for others. You don't need to do anything grand or complicated. Just speak, just pray, and I will act. The power doesn't lie in the number of words, but in the sincerity of your heart and the trust you place in me. Even if your prayer is but a small whisper, if it comes from your heart, it holds the power to shake heaven. My beloved, believe that I can turn any situation around, no matter how hopeless it seems. The enemy may think it has won, but I am the one who holds all authority. When you pray, I will dismantle what the enemy has set in motion. I will break every dark plan, tear apart the veil of lies, and shine my light into the darkest corners. That person may not realize the danger lurking nearby, but my child, I have seen it all. I have seen the trap the enemy has laid, seen the footsteps edging closer to the brink. But I have also seen you, seen your heart trembling with the desire to help. I know you can be the one to change this outcome, because you are not fighting alone. I will stand with you in this battle. I will be your strength when you feel weary, the light guiding you when you don't know where to go. I will place words on your lips, give you the wisdom to know when to speak and when to be silent. I will uphold you, and through you I will uphold that person. Oh, my beloved child, do not let fear or feelings of unworthiness hold you back. I do not ask for your perfection. I only desire your willing heart. I don't need you to understand everything. I only need you to trust that I am working through you. When you step into this battle with me, you will witness miracles. Not just in that person's life, but within your own heart This is not just about that person, my child. This is also about your journey. I am using this situation to draw you closer to me, to teach you about the power of faith and the might of prayer. Every time you call upon me, our relationship deepens, and your heart will be transformed. Oh, my beloved child, this is not the first time I have reminded you of the great power you hold. I have spoken to you many times about the weight of your words, the profound impact of your choices, and your special presence in the lives of those around you. You do not live in isolation. You are not an island alone in a vast ocean. Your spirit is intricately connected to those I have placed beside you. They did not enter your life by chance, and you did not step into theirs without purpose. Every action you take, whether great or small, creates an impact. When you do a good deed, that light spreads, touching hearts you may never have considered. When you speak, your words plant seeds, not just in the hearts of those who hear them, but in the unseen spaces where the seeds of words may either blossom or wither, depending on how you use them. When you make decisions, even the smallest choices create ripples that extend far beyond your sight and thoughts, reaching people you don't even realize are being affected. This is why I am speaking to you now. What has been set in motion, what has been stirred by your actions and words, needs to be stopped before it comes to completion. You are not powerless in this situation. Do not let the thought that you lack the strength or authority paralyze your spirit. You are not lacking authority from me. I have fully equipped you, not just with awareness, but with the power to act. The enemy wants you to believe you can do nothing, that things are beyond your control, that it's too late to fix. It whispers lies into your ear. You're not good enough. You're not strong enough. This isn't your place. But my dear child, do not listen to those words, for they are complete deception. The enemy knows the power you hold, and it fears the moment you recognize it. That is why it wants you to feel helpless, to make you think that silence and indifference are the safest choices. But you know what? Silence in these moments can become complicity with the darkness. I have given you a precious gift, the ability to pray, the ability to intercede, and the power to stand in the gap between danger and protection. You are the shield, the solid wall that shelters those who cannot see the battle unfolding in the spiritual realm. They are unaware of the lurking dangers, but you know, and I am calling you to act. Do not let the enemy deceive you into inaction. Do not let doubt paralyze you. Every prayer you speak carries power, not just to change the current situation, but to shape a future far beyond what you can imagine. I did not choose you because you are perfect. I chose you because you are willing. I see your heart's desire to do what is right, and I know you have the capacity to be an instrument of healing and deliverance. Remember, your prayer is the most powerful weapon. It is not the last resort when everything else fails. It is the first line of defense, the key that opens the door for me to act in the spiritual realm. When you pray, you are inviting me into the situation to do what you cannot do on your own. You only need to speak, and I will act. You may feel small in this vast world, but, my child, do not underestimate the power I have placed within you. One person praying with sincerity and unwavering faith can change a nation, much less a specific situation in someone's life. When you stand up and pray, you are positioning yourself for me to use you to completely alter the course of this story. My beloved child, in this situation, There is a soul that is lost, confused, and unable to find a way out. This person, the one I am bringing to your heart, is in a state of uncertainty, surrounded by nameless anxieties and fears. They feel overwhelmed, as if everything is collapsing around them. And in that panic, they begin to make decisions not from wisdom, but from the deep fear within their heart. You may not realize it right away, but they are listening to voices that do not come from me. Those whispers, lies, doubts, insecurities are creeping into their minds, causing them to question their worth, my love, and even those around them. They cannot see the path ahead clearly, and each step they take is shrouded in the darkness of fear and uncertainty. And my child, if you do not step in, if you do not rise and lift your prayers to me, if you do not seize my promises and declare my authority over this situation, the enemy will prevail. The enemy of the soul does not need a wide open door to act. It only needs a small crack, a moment of hesitation, a bit of indifference, and it will slip in, sowing destruction and sorrow. But, my child, I did not call you to stand by and watch. I did not create you to remain silent as darkness spreads. If you rise, if you seek me with all your heart, if you call upon my name with unwavering faith, I will act. I will not only protect that person from danger, but I will also open your eyes to see clearly everything that has happened. I will teach you to walk with greater wisdom, helping you understand the deep connection between your actions, your words, and their impact on the lives of others. I will show you the power your presence brings. You are not just an individual. You are an instrument in my hand, equipped by me to bring light into the darkest places. I will keep you from repeating this mistake, not by instilling fear, but by teaching you to be more aware of the spiritual forces at work around you. This is an urgent moment, but it is also a moment of awakening. You are not called to be passive, nor are you permitted to stand on the sidelines while spiritual battles unfold before your eyes. I did not create you to walk through life unaware of the spiritual power at work around you. I have given you authority, a power that does not come from man, but from my Spirit, which lives and moves within you. You carry within you my Spirit, the one who raised the dead, opened the eyes of the blind, and healed the sick. And now I am calling you to use that power. Do not delay, my beloved child. Time does not stand still, and with every moment you hesitate, the enemy advances another step. Seek me now. Do not wait until you feel ready, because I do not call those who are ready. I prepare those whom I call. Come to me as you are, with all your worries, doubts, and even your fears. I will transform them into strength and faith. Pray for that person, not just with words, but with a heart full of compassion, believing that I am listening and ready to act. Declare my protection over their life. Proclaim my promises, that no weapon formed against them shall prosper, that I am their steadfast refuge and stronghold in times of trouble. Speak my word over this situation, that my light will pierce the darkness, that my truth will expose every lie the enemy has sown in their heart. And my child, watch me move. I will not only thwart the enemy's plans, but I will also turn this situation into an opportunity for both you and that person to grow. I will transform this circumstance to bring about good, not just for them, but for you as well. You will learn that through prayer and obedience, you can change not just a situation, but the destiny of a person. Do not let the enemy deceive you into thinking that your prayers hold no power. Every prayer you lift to me carries weight in the spiritual realm. Each time you call upon me, you are activating power from heaven, and no force on this earth can stand against it. You are my warrior, and when you rise in faith, every barrier will be broken, every chain will be shattered. Let me use you as an instrument of healing and deliverance. Allow me to work through you, so my light may shine through you to reach the souls who are lost. You are not merely saving someone from danger. You are learning how to become a bearer of my light and love to the world. You are not alone in this battle. I am with you, guiding, uplifting, and granting you the strength you need. Step into this moment with courage, for I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. You are my chosen one, and through you I will perform wonders. My beloved child, many of you live each day unaware that your actions do not end with yourselves. You may think that what you do only affects you, that your decisions are mere trivialities, fleeting and leaving no mark on this world. But the truth runs much deeper. Every action, every word you speak, carries an inherent power, impacting the world around you in ways the human eye cannot see, and you may never fully realize the extent of its influence. You might act in the moment, driven by fleeting emotions, letting fear, anger, or misunderstandings guide you, believing that if consequences arise, only you will bear them. But my child, that is not true. Even the smallest action can trigger a chain reaction. Like a small stone thrown into a still pond, creating ripples that spread endlessly. A simple word can change someone's mood for an entire day. A fleeting decision can alter the course of someone's future, even if you remain unaware. And, my child, your influence is not confined to those you know or interact with daily. What you do, what you say, even what you think, contributes to shaping the environment around you, influencing the community you live in, and even extending to future generations. Your actions are part of the flow of life, not confined to the boundaries of the individual, but blending into a far greater picture. You must understand this deeply, not just as theoretical knowledge, but as a way of living in every moment you exist in this world. Pause and view your life from a different perspective, from the eyes of those around you. You do not live in isolation. You are not a solitary being in this vast universe. You are connected to everyone you encounter, whether it's a stranger passing you on the street, a longtime friend, or someone who appears in your life like a fleeting shadow. You may not notice a passing glance, an unintentional smile, or a brief conversation, but those moments are never meaningless. They are part of their story, just as they are part of yours. A small word of encouragement can become a source of hope for someone in their darkest days. A careless remark can leave a deep wound in another's heart, even if you never realize it. Beloved child, your life and the lives of those around you are like threads woven into a vast tapestry, where every thread, every detail matters. Your choices affect how they continue their journey, how they perceive life, how they see themselves, and sometimes, even how they see me. Do you know this? A small yet sincere act of yours can become the doorway leading someone to me. A silent prayer of yours can bring protection and peace to someone you've never met. A loving gaze from you can dissolve the loneliness in a stranger's heart. And conversely, your indifference, your silence in moments of need, can become a barrier between them and my light. You cannot control everything, but you can choose how you show up in this life. You can choose to live with the awareness that every action, every word you speak, carries responsibility and meaning. You can choose to be a source of light, a wellspring of love, instead of just a passerby in the lives of others. Beloved child, I do not say this to burden your heart, but to remind you of the power and value I have placed within you. I created you with a purpose, and that purpose goes far beyond what you can see before you. You are the light in a dark world, the salt of the earth, the one who brings my love and hope to those who are lost. You may think you are too small to make a difference, but my dear, even a single drop of water can ripple across the entire surface of a lake. A tiny seed sown in good soil can grow into a mighty tree, offering shade to many. You are the seed I have planted in this world, and I long for you to sprout, grow, and bear sweet fruit in life. Live with the awareness that you are connected to everyone around you, that every moment you are present in this world can become an opportunity for goodness. Let my love flow through you so that every action you take, no matter how small, reflects my light and my mercy. Beloved child, when you begin to view your life through this lens, you will see that everything becomes meaningful. The difficulties you face are no longer burdens, but lessons that help you grow. Fleeting encounters are no longer coincidences, but opportunities to sow seeds of love. And each passing day is no longer a string of meaningless hours, but a journey full of purpose, where you live, love, and glorify me. When you choose to act with kindness, when you speak with gentleness and compassion, you are not just making someone's day easier, you are planting a seed of hope in their heart, a tiny spark that could lead them to transformation, growth, and even healing they didn't know they needed. You might think a word of encouragement or an act of kindness is something small, but my dear, in this wounded world, a simple gesture of goodness can be a beacon guiding someone out of the darkness. You cannot know how a hug, a tender glance, or a gentle reminder might save someone from the brink of despair. You do not see the battles waging within others' souls, but I see them, and I know that the light you carry can illuminate even the deepest shadows in their hearts. Beloved child, this responsibility does not end with good deeds alone. When you let selfishness guide you, when you act harshly, coldly, or without compassion, you also create ripples of influence. You might unintentionally cause someone to stumble, wound them with careless words, or harm them through thoughtless actions. You could push them further into the shadows, leaving them feeling lonely, lost, and perhaps even stripping away their faith in the goodness of this world. You are not meant to bear this burden alone, but you must be fully aware that every action you take carries power. You are responsible for the light I have given you. You are the bearer of my love to the world, and with that love comes the responsibility to protect, uplift, and build up those around you. Beloved child, I have placed you in your current position not by chance. Nothing in your life is random or outside of my plan. The people around you, your family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers you meet along the way, are there because I have arranged it so. I have placed them in your life for you to be their light, and likewise for them to be part of your journey of growth. Your life, your presence, and your influence all have purpose. Not a single moment of your life is meaningless. I saw you before you were formed in your mother's womb, and I have planned every step of your path. You are not just an individual among billions. You are an indispensable part of the greater masterpiece I am painting in this world. You do not realize the power you hold. A single smile from you can soothe the anger in someone's heart. A word of encouragement from you can reignite hope in the heart of someone who has lost faith. A kind act from you can become the turning point that helps someone find a reason to keep living. But at the same time, a careless word, a thoughtless action from you can leave deep wounds in another's heart. Beloved child, I do not say this to make you feel pressured or burdened, but to help you understand that I have placed within you great power, the power to glorify me through even the smallest of your actions and words. You are the light in this dark world, and I have called you to shine in the places where darkness dwells. You do not live separate from the world around you. Every person you meet, even if only in passing, is part of the greater story I am writing. You may not realize that a brief encounter can influence someone deeply, but I know that nothing is accidental. A seemingly ordinary conversation can plant the seed of hope in someone's heart. A small act of kindness can become the anchor that helps someone rise after a fall. See your life from a broader perspective. Be aware that every moment you live holds the potential to bring about positive change in the world. You may be the only person in someone's life who makes them feel loved and accepted. You may be the only light that shines into the deepest darkness within their heart. Beloved child, I know there are times when you feel weary, when you feel this burden is too heavy for you. But, my dear one, I did not call you to do this alone. I am always with you, lifting you up and giving you the strength to keep moving forward. When you feel weak, I will be your strength. When you don't know what to do, I will guide you. You don't need to be perfect to glorify me. You only need to open your heart to me and let me work through you. I have equipped you with everything you need to walk in love and compassion. I have placed my spirit within you so that you may discern when someone needs help, when they need a word of encouragement, and when they need the silent comfort of understanding. I have given you a heart that feels the pain of others, and I will guide you in how to heal those wounds. Beloved child of mine, in the unceasing rhythm of life, it's easy for you to believe that everything is merely a series of disconnected moments. We often live day by day, focused only on what lies directly ahead, on tasks to complete, goals to achieve, personal desires that consume the mind. But my child, life is not simply a collection of separate pieces. I call you to step back, to withdraw from that whirlwind of haste, and to gaze upon the grand masterpiece I am painting. I want you to understand that your life does not exist in isolation, but is intricately and wondrously woven into a network of connections with the lives of others. Every relationship you have, every encounter, whether fleeting or profound, every decision you make holds meaning. These are not just isolated events, but threads intertwined into the larger tapestry of humanity, where you are not merely an observer, but an active participant. And when you live with this deep awareness, the way you walk through this world will change. You will no longer view life as a series of tasks to complete or milestones to surpass, but as a journey where every moment, every person, and every choice carries eternal value. You will begin to see others with new eyes, eyes of understanding, compassion, and unconditional love. I call you to live with wisdom. Pause before you speak, and weigh carefully every action. Do not let your words become invisible daggers that wound others, but let each word you utter carry healing and encouragement. Act with clear intention, not merely to achieve personal goals, but to bring positive value to those around you. You cannot live as if you are the only one who exists in this world. Every person you meet, whether familiar or a stranger, is my child. They are souls I deeply love and care for. Their presence in your life is not by chance, but a part of the perfect plan I have laid out since the beginning of time. I have placed them on your path so that you may learn to love, to share, and to become a light in this dark world. Beloved child, every relationship you have is not only a part of your life, but also a step in your journey of growth and a deeper understanding of my love. When you love others with sincere and unconditional affection, you not only help heal them, but you yourself are healed and renewed. Love is not just something you give, it is a flow that returns to your heart, softening it, filling it with compassion, and drawing it closer to me. Remember, no encounter is meaningless. Even brief conversations can have a far greater impact than you realize. A small smile, a word of encouragement, or simply listening with sincerity can change someone's day or even their life. You don't know who is fighting battles they cannot share, who needs a word of encouragement, or who is waiting for a small sign that they are not alone on this journey. I call you to love with all your heart. Do not reserve your love only for those you feel comfortable with or familiar to you. Open your arms to all whom I place on your path, for true love knows no boundaries. You are called to love not just when it is convenient, but also when it is difficult. Not just when it is easy, but also when it is challenging. Not only those who love you, but even those who cannot or do not know how to love you in return. Be loved by those who cannot or do not know how to love you in return. Beloved child, I created you to live in community, not to isolate yourself. You were born to connect, to love, and to be part of a picture far greater than your personal life. Every decision you make does not only affect you, but ripples out to those around you, and sometimes even to generations yet to come. Look at your relationships with gratitude. See each person you meet as a precious gift I have sent to teach you valuable lessons. It may be a lesson in patience, compassion, forgiveness, or simply the joy of sincere connection with others. I have placed them in your life not by chance, but to help you become the best version of yourself. Remember, love and compassion are never wasted. Every loving act you give is recorded in the spiritual realm. Even if you don't see immediate results, trust that the seeds of love you sow today will blossom at the right time. Do not lose heart when you don't see change right away, for I am working in the hearts of others through you in ways you cannot see. My beloved child, I call you to live with gratitude and humility. Be thankful for each day you are given, for every opportunity you have to connect with others and bring light to the world. Humbly recognize that you are not the center of the universe, but you are an indispensable part of my grand design. Your worth is not found in what you do, but in who you are. My child, unconditionally loved and never forsaken. My precious child, every step you take on this journey carries weight not only for yourself, but for the world around you. When you choose to walk in love, when you allow patience and kindness to guide your every action and word, you reflect my heart to the world. You become a mirror of my light, shining into the darkest corners of others' lives, bringing hope, healing, and faith. But, my dear child, when you act out of selfishness, when you let fleeting desires and short-lived passions control your mind and heart, you distort my image. You hide the light I have placed within you, allowing the darkness of the world to overshadow your heart. This is not merely a simple choice, it is a burden you carry, for it wounds not only others, but also yourself. I do not take lightly when you let the darkness of selfishness guide your actions, because every time you choose that path, you pull yourself away from the road I have set for you. You were not created to live in darkness. You were not born to be consumed by selfishness and fleeting desires. You were created to walk in the light, to be a blessing to the world, and to fulfill the mission I have destined for you since before time began. When you allow selfishness to lead, it does not only affect others, but it also carves a deep emptiness within you. It takes you to places you were never meant to go. It draws you away from the peace and the abundance I have prepared for you. And in the end, it leads you into loneliness and emptiness, where you feel lost and disconnected. I know it is not easy. I understand that the world you live in constantly tries to pull you away from the light. Today's society praises selfishness, glorifies putting oneself above all else, and encourages you to chase personal happiness even at the expense of others. The voices of the world say, "Think of yourself first," or "Take whatever you want, regardless of the consequences." But my child, that path leads to destruction. It does not bring lasting joy, but only leads you to emptiness, leaving a deep void in your soul that nothing in this world can fill. You will realize that the more you chase selfish desires, the more disconnected you feel from yourself and from the purpose I have set for you. I did not create you to live for yourself alone. I have called you to live for something greater, to be part of a grand design, to bring light, hope, and healing to those around you. Do not let the world define who you are. Do not let the voices from outside cloud the truth about you. You are not what the world says you are. You are not your failures or mistakes. You are not fleeting desires or selfish cravings. You are my child, created in my image, and called to live a life full of meaning and purpose. Do not let the enemy deceive you into thinking that your choices do not matter. The enemy wants you to believe, "What difference does one small action make?" Or, "No one cares about what you do." But my child, every decision you make carries consequences, whether good or bad. Each choice you make is either a step forward or a step backward on the path I have set before you. When you choose love, you not only change someone else's life, but you also transform yourself. When you choose to live for others, you draw closer to the purpose and fulfillment I have prepared for you. I have given you free will, not to lose yourself in the world, but to freely choose the path of light and love. I want you to choose love, not out of obligation, but because it is the deepest desire of your heart. I want you to choose life, to follow my ways, because you recognize that it is the path that leads to true peace. And when you do so, the impact of your life will ripple far beyond what you can comprehend. You may not see it immediately, but every act of love, every moment of forgiveness, every time you put others above yourself, sends out waves of positivity across the world. You cannot measure the power of an encouraging word or the effect of a small act of kindness, but I see it, and I know that you are making a profound difference. Live with the awareness that you are part of something greater than yourself. Your life is not just for you, but also for those I have placed on your journey. You are called to love not only those who are easy to love, but also those who are difficult. You are called to forgive, even when it is not easy. You are called to walk in the light, even when the world around you is filled with darkness. You will find that when you live this way, your life will become richer and more complete. You will experience deep joy knowing that you are living in alignment with the purpose I have destined for you. You will find peace not from what the world offers, but from your close relationship with me and from knowing that you are living a meaningful life. My beloved child, as I have spoken to you about the power of love and kindness, I must also remind you of its opposite. For light only has meaning when we are aware of the darkness, and healing only feels profound when we understand the wounds that can be inflicted. I warn you, the reverse is also true. When you let selfishness control your heart, when you allow uncontrolled anger to flare, when bitterness invades your soul, you do not only hurt yourself, but also sow destruction in the lives of those around you. Sharp words like knives can leave scars in others that never fully heal. Rash, angry actions can lead someone down paths they were never meant to walk. You may not realize the weight of your thoughtless decisions, but I do, and I see the silent pain that spreads from those moments. Your enemy knows this well. It lurks at every step you take, waiting for moments when you are careless and weak. It rejoices when my children stumble, when you let negative emotions lead you into destructive actions. It delights in seeing you make decisions that hurt, destroy, and fracture the precious relationships I have placed in your life. Every time you let selfishness and anger guide you, the enemy celebrates, knowing you are drifting further from the light I have placed within you. But, my beloved child, you are not a victim of circumstances or emotions. You have the power to break free from the chains of darkness. You can rise from failures, shake off bitterness and anger, and step into the freedom I have prepared for you. You have the choice to follow my ways, to choose life, to choose love and forgiveness. You are not bound by the mistakes of your past, and you do not have to live forever with wrong decisions. I have given you the freedom to choose, and I call you to choose the light. That is why I always urge you to seek wisdom, to seek my guidance in every decision. Do not rush forward when your heart is in turmoil. Do not let fleeting emotions lead you down paths you will later regret. Before every decision, whether big or small, I advise you to pause, listen, and consider the impact of the choices you are about to make. Every action you take has consequences, and I want those consequences to be sources of blessing, not of brokenness. You do not have to face these challenges alone. I am always here, ready to guide you, ready to show you the path you should take. When you seek me with a sincere heart, I will never let you lose your way. I will reveal to you the truth in every situation, helping you see the heart of the matter, not through the lens of emotion or fear, but through the light of truth and love. Life can be complicated, my child, and there will be times when you feel overwhelmed by the choices before you, but I will help you navigate through these complexities. I will grant you the wisdom to discern what is right from what is wrong. I will help you recognize when to be silent, when to speak up, when to move forward, and when to pause and reflect. I will be the gentle voice within you, reminding you of who you truly are and how you are called to live. But, my beloved child, I cannot do this if you are unwilling to listen. I cannot guide you if you do not open your heart to trust me. I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses, and I am calling you to choose life. You must choose to hear my voice amid the clamor of the world. You must choose to trust me, even when you do not fully understand what is happening around you. Listening to me is not a passive act, but an active, daily decision. It requires you to take time to be still before me, to offer up your worries and concerns, and to wait for my guidance with a heart full of patience and trust. When you choose to listen to me, You will begin to realize that I am speaking to you through every moment in life, through chance conversations, through doors that open or close, and even through the challenges you face. Trusting me does not mean you will never encounter difficulties, but it does mean you will never have to face them alone. When you place your trust in me, you will find the strength to weather life's storms. You will see that even in the darkest moments, I am at work to bring good into your life. You will understand that the trials you face are not meant to destroy you, but to strengthen you, to make you wiser, and to draw you closer to me. My beloved child, I know this journey is not easy. I know there will be times when you feel weary and want to give up. But remember, I have been with you from the very beginning, and I will never leave you. I believe in you, in the abilities I have placed within you, and I know you can overcome every challenge if you hold on to my hand. You are my warrior, equipped with the armor of love, wisdom, and courage. You were created to shine in the darkness, to bring hope to the lost, and to reflect my love to the world. Do not let the mistakes of the past define you. Let me use them as a testimony of transformation and the power of forgiveness. I have set before you a path filled with blessings, but only you can choose to walk on it. Choose life. Choose love. Choose to trust me, and let me lead you into the fullness I have prepared for you. My beloved child, now that you have heard and felt my words, I invite you to take a moment to reflect. Set aside the busyness of life, the daily worries, and quiet your heart. Let your mind be still. Let your heart open before me. For in that silence, I will whisper into your ear the things you need to hear, the truths you need to face. Reflect on the choices you have made. Look back on the journey you have traveled. Every step, every turn, every big and small decision you have chosen. Some choices may have brought you joy, success, and happiness, while others may have caused you heartache, regret, and sorrow. Do not be afraid to face these things, for I do not call you to judgment. I call you to healing. Reflect on how you have influenced those around you. Life is not just your personal journey, but a network of relationships where every action, every word you speak can touch the hearts of others. Ask yourself, whom have you brought joy and hope to? To whom have you been a source of encouragement and comfort? But also, be courageous enough to ask, has anyone been hurt by your words or actions? Has someone cried silently in the dark because of your indifference or unintentional neglect? My child, if in this reflection you realize that some things are not whole, if you see that certain relationships have been strained, or words have wounded others, do not bury them in your heart. Do not let regret and guilt become a burden on your shoulders. Bring all of that before me. Repent, not because I need you to prove anything, but because I want to free you from that burden, so you can walk lighter and more freely. Come to me, my beloved child, for I am gracious and full of mercy. I will not turn my back on you when you seek me. I will not bring up your mistakes to shame you. I wait for you with open arms, ready to receive you as the beloved child I have never stopped loving. No matter how far you have gone, no matter what mistakes you have made, I am here, waiting to embrace you and say, my child, I have always been with you. Let me heal you. I will cleanse you, wash away the stains of the past and erase the marks of sin and pain that you carry. I will restore you, not just outwardly, but with a deep renewal from within your soul. so you can feel the peace that the world cannot give. I will heal the deepest wounds in your heart, the ones you may have hidden for so long, afraid to face, afraid to share with anyone. And it doesn't stop there. I will help you walk in the fullness of the life I have called you to live. I don't just want you to exist. I want you to live a life full of meaning, a life overflowing with love, joy, and peace. I have placed within you a special mission, a higher purpose that only you can fulfill. You were not created to live in regret and sorrow, but to be a light in a dark world, reflecting my love and glory to those around you. You do not need to be perfect to be loved. You only need to be willing to open your heart, to let me in and renew you. Trust that I can turn every bad thing into something good, every pain into a valuable lesson, and every failure into an opportunity for growth. I do not promise that the journey will always be easy, but I promise that you will never have to walk it alone. Now, I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let your heart be still before me. Let me whisper into your heart that you are loved unconditionally. Let me erase all fear and doubt and replace them with peace and faith. Let me guide you forward on the journey of life and believe that the best is still ahead. My beloved child, come closer to me. Let your heart find calm in my presence. Whether you carry the pains of the past or worries for the future, I invite you to offer them all to me. Lord, I come before you with a humble heart. Please open my eyes to see clearly the consequences of my actions and words. Grant me the wisdom to understand and repair the hurt I have caused others. Lord, I recognize that my choices carry far-reaching consequences. Please forgive me if I have unintentionally opened a door to the enemy. I pray that you would close every door I have left ajar and restore all that has been lost. Lord, I ask for your intervention in this situation before it is too late. Please rescue that person from danger and grant them peace that surpasses all understanding. Lead them back to the safe path within your will. Lord, I pray for wisdom to know what to do next. Please guide my words and actions so that I may be a source of light and protection to those around me. Lord, please shield the one in trouble from the traps the enemy has set. I declare your power and protection over them, and I ask that you dismantle every plan of the enemy. Lord, I know that I do not live in isolation, and my actions affect others. Help me to live with an awareness of the significance of every word and deed. Lord, I pray for mercy not only for myself, but also for those affected by my mistakes. Please heal their hearts and bring restoration into their lives. Lord, open my eyes to recognize the power of prayer. I ask you to give me faith to stand in the gap, interceding for that person with compassion and love. Lord, help me not to delay or ignore your calling. Grant me the courage to act promptly and to pray with a sincere heart. Lord, I know the enemy seeks to exploit the gaps in my actions, but I trust that you are stronger than any force of darkness. Please move to thwart every scheme of the enemy. Lord, I pray for your peace to pour over the one in danger. Grant them clarity to recognize the threats and the strength to stay away from lurking harm. Lord, I thank you for your love that never leaves me, even in my mistakes. Continue to guide me and that person on the path of restoration and peace, so that we may live according to your good will. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any meaningful and life-giving messages from God. Together, we will grow in faith and live a fulfilling life in His love. Amen.